Hello everybody, it's Monster Tamer Bloba coming at you with another Kindred Fates stream here. Today we're going to be testing out the new update. If you haven't already seen, I uploaded a video going over the patch notes, and we're going to be highlighting some of those changes in today's stream. In particular, I want to try out. I already played like one game earlier off camera, just as a little bit of a test. I want to try out Roar and Startle. I want to try out the sleep buff that Kadoki has gotten, and I want to try out the buff to Quicksand and Rock Slide Shovelet has gotten. Oh yeah, Shovel Butt and Gentle Gaze are now Lumala and Shovelet. Gotta get those banged into my brain. As for now, I'm thinking doing Wither, and then you can hit him with a Startle, or do a Quicksand, and maybe hit him with a Startle or a Roar. Heck, you can even put him to sleep and probably apply a couple of good hits on him that way. Skullkin has also been nerfed. His teleport's been nerfed, and his overall speed has been nerfed. Gonna put the call out and let everybody know. Everybody looking for a group. Good for game, I mean. And thank you, Marlon. He said that can't join today, but hopes to have fun. The call out has been sent out, and now we shall simply wait. Just waiting for you. As far as I'm aware, there should be some people playing right now. At least there were like an hour ago, and I think that the faders are still on and hanging around, I think. So we should be able to run into them at least. Just checking the Discord now. Start checking Twitch to see if the faders are indeed still streaming. Oh no, they must have ended their stream. Oh well, hopefully we will be hitting find someone to play with soon. Oh yeah, let me. There's one person. They are not part of the looking for game tag, but they actually have been talking off and on all day about wanting somebody to play with, so. Looking for some replies now. Sadly, it seems like we don't have anybody out there playing right now. Might have to cancel the stream today. We've been in queue for like over 6 minutes now, and I haven't hit anybody, and nobody in the Discord is responding to call outs. Kind of troubling. I guess nobody's online right now. There was activity just earlier, but until the next waves hit, sadly, this is to be expected. We only got about, like, I don't remember how many, around 60, 70 people are in right now. And so, yeah, it appears that servers are empty today. We'll wait for the 10-minute mark to hit, and if we have no response from anybody or anything, then we're gonna have to call it, I'm afraid. But there's just nobody online right now. We'll have to try again tomorrow. Particularly if I could just get my stream scheduled to... Oh, Barry said he should be on in a few. He's making a bug report right now. So, looks like we will indeed have somebody to play against, even if only for a couple games. Also, I'm not sure if anybody in here is particularly experienced with editing, but me and Gym Leader Ed both have been having this problem. Kindred footage is where we try to edit it, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It'll, like, you'll have a clip that is perfectly smooth, and you edit that clip, like try to break it into multiple clips or just do anything to it, and it will just start running like super laggy, like almost like screenshots. So if anybody is aware of a fix for that, or your way around that as an editor, then that'd be greatly appreciated feedback. And I've tried multiple different editing softwares, so I know it's not a particular software issue. And Ed has tried his own thing as well, and it seems to happen at random. Like sometimes you can get the clips together. Sometimes You just can't. It's kind of seemingly happens at random. Here we have Barry Bandit from the Faders, who will be joining us shortly. About 3 minutes ago, he said he was filing a bug report, and then he will be on. So if you want to go grab a quick snack or drink or something like that, then now would be the time to do it. I'm just going to stay in perpetual public queue, just in case someone who is not talking on the Discord happens to pop in. Just hopping around in Discord, seeing what's going on. Nothing much is going on in the Discord, just some idle chatter. It is not relevant to the alpha or stream. If you guys have any questions regarding anything about the alpha, about any particular kinfolk, just let me know. This is the team I'm going to be using in case you're new to the stream. I'm just trying out some changes that have been made. These are the movesets. I'm still of the mind that buffs are still a little bit too overpowered compared to debuffs. The debuffs are nice. Nicer, I should say. They used to be, not necessarily nice yet. Do different arenas have different music? Wisgaris asks. No, different arenas do not have different musics at this point. That is not to say that they will not have different musics in the future. Right now there is just the song you're hearing now, which is the menu song, and then there is the just general battle music as far as I'm aware, unless something changed that I didn't know about. Because you guys that know, buffs have gotten a slight nerf, where instead of a 5-second cooldown, they go on an 8-second cooldown, as well as the other various things I mentioned, like Shovel Butt getting named Shovelet, and Lightstag getting named Lumala, and Skulkin Speed getting nerfed up a little bit. So it would seem that Barry is done with his bug report. Should mean it won't be too long until we get to a match. Delirium Plus. Is the music dynamic? Does it change what's going on? Um, I don't think so, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Hello, Delirium Plus, nice to see you again, by the way. You've been here for quite a few of the streams. I think since like day 2. I've done like, this is my 6th stream since launch. You've been here since like the 2nd or the 3rd one. I can't remember exactly when. Because I've been doing so many, it's kind of like they're starting to blur together. Honestly, I've been streaming like crazy. Oh yeah, Mr. Barry Bandit will be joining us in public queue soon. He got his bug report all nice and filed away, as is proper to do. In case you're just joining us, Delirium, this is the team I'm going to be using. I'm going to be trying out some debuffs and trying out the new changes to buffs, which is a 3-second increased cooldown. Trying out Skulkin, seeing how he feels with his decreased speed, and just trying out everybody in general. Kadoki's increased speed and made Spore Dance slightly better. And then now that jumping costs stamina, we'll be seeing how that goes in action, practice. The only problem I have right now, the only problem I perceive that I'm going to have right now, I should say, is that they have increased the stamina regen. This is, in my opinion, counterproductive, because they introduced jumping costing stamina to make you jump less. But with jumping less, you with the stamina regening faster, then you'll probably be able to jump the same as you were before, because your stamina was regen so much faster. It won't really matter. I only played one game today since the patch came out, but that was before I started the stream. It was just hopped on real quick just to play like a game or two before I had to go do some stuff. Is there a style meter? JK. I mean, there should be. Kadoki would win if there was a style meter. Just check those dance moves out. Like, Kadoki is best dancer confirmed. That'd be kind of cool after the match, getting a grade of how good the match was. Yeah, it would be, I don't think it'd be realistically possible to program something like that. I have literally no idea, though. I'm not a programmer, but I have a vague understanding that it would be extremely over-the-top difficult, if it is possible. Smoking sexy style. Guys, we're getting in. So like some animations, like certain jumps, and Kadoki here have a bit too squishy movements. Yeah, the movements will most likely be worked on. Alright, so we are fighting... Wait, I fought before. Interesting. Let's see how good you are. They did, as far as I'm aware, make Spore Dance go off cooldown faster, but it sure as heck feels like that. Holy crap, how did you heal so much? That Slifer just got like healed ridiculously fast. They have Peach on, maybe? There's Lumala, gotta get that name in my head. Wanna buff up real quick, Kadoki? Get him. They're foolish enough to run into my vines of death. Come on, get it off, get it off, get it off. Oh, there goes Kadoki. Alright, so. I'm trying to see about. Yep. Trying to see about nerfs. I'm not nerfs, but debuffs. Yep, debuffs are still really hard to get off. You see, like, look, I can take his health down by like half health, and that's easier to do. Well, not quite half health, but like a good chunk of health, and that's much easier than doing something like literally as simple as lowering his stats. So this guy is going to be a buffer. So let's buff ourselves. Come on, buff up the butt. Pretty sure he has buffed his stage 6. So that means if we want to stand a chance, we basically have to do the same thing. There's our stage 6. Alright, GG. Shovel Butt is a lot better with his quicksand upgrade. So who's coming? Where's he coming at? There's an Bear right off the bat. There's definitely some weird collision noise that happens when you're playing as Kadoki and his vines get hit. Alright, let's buff up while he's distracted. Ooh, that was a close one. And then a switch. Alright, let's see about doing it like this then. Just like buff off. Get away from him. On and sleep. Didn't quite work out the way I wanted it to, but he's stuck in place anyways because of that move he just used. Oh, wow. Oh no, he got over here to me. Yeah, this med kit is actually putting up one heck of a fight. seems to not have much of an issue getting out of my sand trap. Oh, GG. Alright, so his mechid is a strong suit. If I have to take that thing out as fast as possible. Yeah, as you can see, the debuffs just don't really feel worth it. Like, why would I ever debuff when I can just do so much damage with a single hit, you know? I just need to keep away from him until I can poison him. For his mechid. For Slifer, something like this should work. Where the heck did he go? Where the heck is he gone to? Buff up again. Then I'm going to pop off a buff for damage sake. Why does he keep healing so fast? Oh no, I'm stuck in the animation lock here. What the heck's happening? So I can't change. Can't hurt him. Oh, this is definitely a bug. I'm not really sure how to report this as a bug. Like, what is there to report? Like, I don't know how it triggered. It's just all of a sudden we just can't move anymore, basically. And we can't attack anymore, hardly. Like, attacks are very hard to hit. I mean, it seems weird. Like, they occasionally do damage, but they don't. Very odd. Let me just catch up the chat real quick. We'll wait for maybe a timeout. And then maybe well, never mind, timeout would be the win. How long does sleep last? I don't know how long sleep lasts. I should probably test that sometime. Make sleep last too long might be too powerful. Free time to set up additional free damage, yeah. It definitely... It definitely feels like it's good enough if you use it right. Yeah, the matches are looking better. Yeah, I agree, Delirium. There are definitely been improvements. Yeah, the hat also warps Kadoki, which you shouldn't. That's why the animation's in place. Altogether too squishy for your taste. I'm not sure why the animations are the way they are right now. It could be because that, as you said, the animators liked it. It could be just, you know, brushed off as, oh, it's an alpha model, it'll get better. Hard to say for sure. So yeah, it seems like not this ain't gonna change anytime soon. This might be a good time to test. I can't change though. What the heck, can I? No, it's not. It's like when I change, it changes my movesets. How would I describe this? The bug report. Changed to skull. Alright, so got stuck with shovelet after using base attack. Changed to Skulkin. Now neither me nor opponent can take damage or change kinfolk. When I try to change kinfolk, the other movesets show up, but I stay as Skulkin, and when I try to use another move, it's still one of Skulkin's moves. Hope that helps the devs. I couldn't really describe it much better than that. Oh, it's going into the negatives. Let me edit my bug report. Also, when match should have timed out, the countdown went into the negatives. So here we go. Oh, server has gone offline. Turn to the main menu. We'll have to quit the game to restart it to avoid other bugs. Works for the most part. Never sent it go into the negative 4. Yeah, that happened on a one of my other streams. Can't remember when. Similar event. The we couldn't hurt each other, and we just let the timer run out. But it went to the negatives and just kept going. And Joey did say that everything is, of course, subject to change, all animations included. So since we know debuffs still suck, let's just try to make a team that incorporates Shovelet and Kadoki. Pretty sure that's going to involve Skulkin and Imbear. think that'll about be what we want to see there. Yeah, about like that. I think that's what I like. See if we can't find another game. We'll just try out this team because debuffs still feel a little wonky. Warp said they're hoping to push out another update tomorrow. That's very nice. Love to see it. This team I'm running right now, this one right here, incorporates, I think, almost every change that's happened, besides the debuffs, because we just tried that out. I tried it out as earlier today off camera as well, and it just doesn't really seem to fit. I could see you doing Wither and then hitting somebody with it, or maybe Quicksand, but like, it's not worth it, honestly. There's so many other abilities. They're just better than debuffs. So it makes it hard to justify using them. No opponents available again. So last I've heard is about 10 minutes ago, somebody said they'll have to take care of some errands and they'll be on. Looks like we're in. Oh no, I started up I think I didn't mean to start up on my dashboard. Alright, so this is Barry. Hello, Barry. What the heck did you do? Alright. Alright, I was about to say, you should know. The Kadoki getting close to you, he wants one thing, to sleep you. Gotta be careful because I'm pretty sure... Is he stuck? He'll take damage. Hide behind a tree, then check the Discord to see if he's saying anything. Oh, he crashed. Looks we got into a crash there. I probably reorganize things. I want Kadoki to be my starter. Like, I'm gonna start the match as Kadoki. Or maybe Skullkin. I'm gonna start as Skullkin, then change to Kadoki. Then I can start as Skullkin so I can teleport, and then I'll change to Kadoki. sleep them. Alright, so I wonder how much Kinfolk's lighting and textures will change, because right now it seems like they move in a cartoony direction while the environment is more realistic. I feel like it'll likely just be done with more proper textures and lighting, solved. Yeah, the lighting right now is something they particularly talked about they're going to be improving on, in particular. I don't have any quotes directly from them about textures, though. But it's safe to assume, considering it's only an alpha right now, and that the pre-alpha improved greatly between pre-alpha and alpha. That by beta, we'll see improved textures, and then further improved by release. But they have confirmed lighting is something they're going to be improving. Doesn't look, Pilgrim says, doesn't look like the models have any lighting right now. Um, they might not. Oh, oops. When you do that. You might be right. So I think I remember something about Joey said they were changing the look of Mechid, and he might have mentioned something along those lines. I don't remember his exact words though, so I don't want to say. Yeah, about that, I'm still in a tad bit of denial. This is literally 1 week after release of the first alpha. That was a pre-alpha just last month. Yep, this is like literally fresh off the presses alpha. We've got a literal handful of updates, and I don't, as far as I'm aware, none of them have changed how the game looks graphically. So these graphics are literally like fresh out of pre-alpha. Um, yeah, the game is very good looking, but super promising. I think they've done a really good job with the environments, though. Um, like the environments, considering how far they've come from pre-alpha environments to what environments look like now, it is very, very promising. I mean, heck, even right now, it like looks like something you might be able to go into Steam and find a semi-reputable indie game selling as a full game. Actually, they changed how my kid looks a little, but I heard the current look in the trailer, and I assume they just needed a couple more days to polish it. They just changed its lighting a tad. Alright, so that's what happened with my kid. A little bit hard to keep up with everything that goes on. I try my best to keep up with the Discord chat and the patch notes and everything, but apologize if I give you guys any misinformation. I try to make sure when I'm telling you guys I know what I'm not sure, I say that I don't know for sure. A little bit of your own research may still be warranted. Just take everything I say with a grain of salt. I'm not the perfect source of information. I just am a moderately well informed fellow. Something that also stands out to me is Skulkin's orb and Lumala's horns. They're supposed to be glowing, but I think they're solid color at the moment. Yes, I do believe that they are solid color at the moment. Let's go look at Lumala real quick and check that out. If that is indeed a solid color, they're both the same color. Do not want to be playing this main game right now. I want to be playing these guys trying out some shovel butt. Or shovelet, sorry. Better than Splatoon's alpha that was just Q. Like all true alphas. Actually, that was more of a free alpha. The alpha was likely when they'd already settled on squids. and then the beta is when the game was probably working and all. We're still a good ways off from Kindred Fate's beta, actually, so. And full release is not even slated for until 2023. I suppose it's possible the beta and the full release could come out sooner, but it's highly unlikely in my opinion. Oh, they originally wanted rabbits in Splatoon. I did not know that. I've never played Splatoon, but I've heard of it though. It would have been, from what I understand, a pretty different dynamic for the game. Let me do another call out at looking for group. Look for game, I mean. Almost an hour since I called out last time, so it should be fine. Do another call out. It's available, didn't see that, by the way. Rabbits were pretty far into Bloba. Oh, hey, Crank. Yo, Bloba, just dropping by before I go to bed to say, hey, love all your content. Keep being awesome. Thank you, Crank. Thank you very much. Means a lot. It was nice to get a chance to talk to you earlier today as well. Was Gars, thank you for the follow this minute even. And hello, Jolly Red June. Oh, and thank you for the follow as well, Crank. I actually caught that one the second you did it, I believe. Thank you all for stopping by, and thank you all for the follows. It is my hope that when all is said and done, Kindred Fates comes out having some identity. I'm glad that they're open about their inspirations, but I hope it can end up feeling something like unique that stands out. I think it's not unique enough right now for Scars has. I guess maybe it is, hard to say with such content compared to the full game, I mean. Right now I can't really think of a game that plays like Kindred Fates does, even though it's only an alpha. That being said, I know what you mean by Danger Noodle, about it standing on its own in the full game. I think it will. I think that with the permadeath... Oh, the faders are here. Also, Crank got to drop a follow with the official account. Thank you, Crank. And oh yeah, that gives me the perfect excuse to plug you guys. If you guys haven't already, you go check out the faders. They also do trade stuff. So if I'm ever not on, or if you guys want some alternate content or anything going on, you guys go check them out. I should actually have them hosted on my channel when I'm not on. Snow nuts. Delirium Mask. At the moment, I'm more curious the design direction, if it's going to be competitive or exploration more. The competitive scene is... Alright, well, when the full game comes out, they're going to have a whole single-player campaign type mode. Yep, Crank says, thank you, man. Make sure if you haven't, do follow Bloba. Thank you, Crank. But yeah, about PvP or exploration of this world. I think, if I had to guess, their main focus is going to be on the single-player world at first. Because that is like a huge passion of theirs. They're super passionate about the lore, super secret about the lore. So I think the single-player part well, I guess technically co-op as well, because it's going to be co-op. It's going to be a huge part of the game. It's going to be the bulk of the game. Yeah, like, alright, so Wisgaris has some information here. Well, Rob did state that it's a primary single player game that will support the alpha a lot, especially during the first months. Tons of stuff we just won't see, or we'll get just teasers of. Absolutely right. And with that being said, it goes into what I was already saying about this is like their passion. They wanted to make this a monster taming game where you have like deep connections to your kinfolk, and like when they die, you really feel it and stuff. Yeah, Delirium, I think. Ginger says, yeah, Delirium, I think a focus on exploration would be preferable, especially if it's going to make use of advanced environment interactions. Absolutely. Advanced environment interactions is something I know they're super, super, super excited about, and that we'll be able to see a lot more of that in a single player setting than we will in a PvP setting. Um, Now, this is completely baseless and just me randomly guessing, but I think the advanced environment interactions are going to end up doing something similar. Not exactly the same as, but similar to Genshin Impact. If you guys have ever seen or played that, the like you can catch grass on fire and freeze ice, well, freeze water and walk over the ice and stuff like that. Shock water and whatnot. Um, Also, was Garth, also Rob said that all kinfolk will be valuable in my placement evolution tree and all that, and it's very exciting. Had a lot of issues with evolutions being almost always objectively better in Pokemon. Yep, that is something that is we actually get to see a little bit of in the alpha. Because Mekid is somebody we know who's gonna have evolutions, and Imbear is somebody we know is a second stage. And that's like Imbear is not completely head and shoulders better than anyone else in the alpha, you know. It's not like, oh crap, Ember's in town. He's literally gonna one shot everybody. So that is kind of something we're already getting a little bit of a taste of. I agree. I think it'd be much better to explore the setting and kinfolk's behavior. Absolutely. If I had to choose right now, like I would literally quit playing the alpha and just accept the game not having PvP and all that. If I had to choose between, will they have the best PvP ever made or the best single player ever made? I would choose the single player every single time because that is where the heart of the project lies. You know. Just thought I'd say that in case anyone thinks Kadoki and Mekid are strong just because it's an alpha and the choice is limited. It'd be cool if they incorporated similar mechanics in Battle Falling Out for kinfolk and stuff. Yeah, that could be interesting. And this has why this game's choices have an impact on the story. Yes, just one of the videos released almost made me cry, so I have to hope it will be good. Oh, and don't get me started on how exciting it is to see Pokemon interactions. I hate that Pokemon and many others just don't give creatures enough attention. Very excited. I want to be real friends with some digital monsters. 100%. Digimon got me into monster taming in the first place, and it's like the anime versus the video games is always so different. Like Digimon aren't nearly given enough credit to the video games, and that's one of the things that really drew me to Kindred Fates. Is that you know companions aren't just monsters that are tamed and used for battle. They're like they'll leave you if your bond gets too low, and they're your actual friends and your partners, not just your pets that you battle with. Like yeah, in Pokemon, you might love your Pokemon deeply, like you would love a pet or something, but this is like on the next level. This is like your kinfolk be your best friend. You would treat them the same way that you would treat another person, and that definitely excites me a lot. Well, I sent out call out almost 10 minutes ago. But I don't think we're going to be getting a game, so I'll just chat with you guys a little bit longer, and then probably call the stream. Strangest thing is that Pokemon very heavily implies Pokemon are more than pets and all that, but the show and games still treat them as such. Almost always, you just see them playing in the background, eating, or just standing beside the trainer. That's not how friends interact with these. Yep, absolutely. The thing I'd like to do, which I wouldn't mind of, wanted to do is random strengths and weaknesses. Hold on, let me reread that. I think I misread that. I'm alt tapping to something. One thing Delirium Plus says, one thing I would like to do, which I wouldn't mind of people wanted to do, is random strengths and weaknesses. Oh, and hello, Marshmallow. Or Marshall, sorry. I misread. I'm kind of tired. Yeah, what do you mean by random strengths and weaknesses, Delirium? That's kind of what I wasn't quite sure what you meant by that. Yeah, well, Marshall, we're having trouble finding the game, so if we don't find one sometime soon, we're probably going to call the stream. I'm just sitting here. Mostly, it's pretty much turned into like a podcast at this point. If you mean like strength and weaknesses like Pokemon, I know that they said they're not doing that. Like a fire type is not going to do more damage to a Gaia type, and a Gaia type is not going to be resistant to damage from a water type, etc. That's something they said they will not be doing. As far as critical hits, I don't know what their plans are for that right now, off the top of my head. But I don't know what to name this episode when I upload it to YouTube. It's going to be Kindred Fates Podcast Edition. Like weak to shell type move or weak to rain moves. Yeah, they're not going to be doing same type attack bonuses, and they're not going to be doing elemental weaknesses. They want it to be more skill based. Like if you're playing an Inbear, I've beaten Inbear as Kadoki before, for example. Like lore, Pacific Kinfolk weaknesses, and such. Yeah, I mean, I understand where that could be a cool idea. Pokemon do that with some abilities, but I don't think they will. The way they've been talking, though, they want it to be, more about this kinfolk is good because of its playstyle, and this kinfolk counters its playstyle. But if you're good enough at this kinfolk's playstyle, you can technically beat this other kinfolk, so on and so forth. Ooh, I got. Check something on Discord. Nope, nobody is responding. Does Kindred Fate have any kind of an ability from Pokemon equivalent? Not yet. They will be adding something like that later, though. It's going to be passive abilities that give them different things. Like, for example, they said perhaps there's like just a pure example. This is not like confirming rabbit kinfolk, but they said imagine you had a rabbit kinfolk with a passive ability that lets you jump without costing stamina. Another example they actually have confirmed is one of the kinfolks is going to have the ability to hold 3 items instead of 1. I wouldn't mind if kinfolk do carry elemental weaknesses. That makes sense for how they appear, since kinfolk leans aren't entirely based on elemental typings that can be created with it. So like 2 kin can have different weaknesses and strengths. Yeah, if like let's say, I think I understand what you're saying, Delirium, where you're asking like, hey, I have a kinfolk that has a bulletproof or iron fist. All right, yeah, they will have abilities like that. They're gonna have passives that will be able to change different things about them. They haven't talked about them hardly at all, though, so I have very little information on that. More like a Shadows of Mordor or Nemesis system. Oh yeah. I know what you mean now. But then when you first said that, my first thought was like, what? Like having like different kinfolk be your rivals out in the wild? They'll come back to fight you again or something like that, which would now I want to see, because that would be awesome. But as far as I'm aware, they're not going to do anything that gives people weaknesses of any type. Like not a weakness to damage, not a weakness to like Shadow of Mordor. It's not going to be like, oh, this kinfolk's scared of this certain thing or anything. But they will have certain passive abilities like Temtem, Pokemon, etc. Yeah, I know. In Pokemon, there are certain Pokemon that are incredibly strong, but the ability holds them back, makes them skip every other turn or have some stats 5 turns on the battlefield. What if Kindred Fates will have that? Hmm. I'm not sure. Like I said, they haven't spoken on their passive abilities being negatives yet. They've only spoken of them in a positive light. So that's something we're definitely have to wait and see. Agent Noodle says, I hope we see future kinfolk who belong to the common leans that aren't associated elemental. Oh, by the way, that reminds me. They said there's actually, Rob wouldn't say which one, but there is a kinfolk in the alpha right now that they're still developing the moveset for. And they said that if that moveset, they keep developing the moveset the way it's going, they're gonna have a lean. We're gonna finally, because no one in the alpha right now is considered to have a lean, but one of the kinfolk will be considered to have a lean if the moveset keeps developing the way it is. So yeah, that's what I've heard about leans so far. Pokemon had abilities that were very specific uses, so completely unusable and competitive. So I'm hoping that there'll be some cool abilities that help you traverse the world and such. Well, I know that not necessarily referencing abilities, but certain kinfolk will be mountable and they can fly and swim. So that would help you traverse the world in that way. Is it just me, or is my every message a wall of text? It pretty much is. It's a good thing, though. It gives me a bunch to read and a bunch to talk about. I like it when people are thoughtful and putting their brains to work. Environmental abilities could be cool. I can't think of what an example that would look like off the top of my head, but that I could see something like if I create walls, does that make me an Earth type or a Gaia type? That would make you an Earth type. Running in swamps or snow, yeah, delirium. That makes sense. Regardless, yeah, if you create walls as an Earth type, Earth types are stall and they control like dirt, rock, etc. Where Gaia is like nature rather than the Earth itself. Like we could see Shovelet, for example, just off the top of my head. Imagine Shovelet gets a move where he creates a literal wall of Earth in front of him that can block attacks and like will despawn if their timer has like some limited amount of damage. Do we know if the Sky Mill is based in Desert Giants kinfolk around a specific culture or overreaching idea? I'm not sure about that ancient noodle. Not that I have heard. Yeah, they probably won't like Wiscaris says. I know that it's like um Switzerland, I think, is where the game is quote unquote based. Like that's the area around there, the interlock. As for Pacific cultures or overreaching ideas, not that I know of. They do based on some animals that would be environments in a region like stags. Pretty sure most kinfolk are based around animals found on Switzerland noodle. Yes, but salamander in particular is based off the Japanese giant salamander, though. There's gonna at least be Lumala and Muse kinfolk. Like I think they're just kind of picking whatever cultures appeal to them and kind of mixing it together and putting it in its own spin, its own special like Kindred Fates brand, if you will. But yes, most kinfolk are going to be based on animals. It's like a light, subtle inspiration by Switzerland and its fauna when it comes to folks' designs. Yep. yep, I think this is going to be about where we call the stream. Thank you all for watching, and this has been Mustang Bloba signing off. And I hope you all enjoyed. I enjoyed talking with you guys. I turned into more of a podcast and gameplay stream, so I apologize to anyone wanting gameplay. But yeah, I will see you all next time, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. And thank you all for the follows again. We got kind of bombarded with follows this time. So goodbye, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. And I'll probably be back tomorrow, so I'll see you then.